YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, professional Madden player T Davis. In today's video, we're going to tell you guys the best settings that you have to use in college football 26. Now, I'm going to have a separate video breaking down the best coaching adjustments in-game that you want to use. But in this video, we're going to talk about the best settings overall to help you improve your game to get to that next level. I'm going to tell you everything I do in my settings on the main menu. Obviously, you can do this in-game as well, but I'm just on the main menu here, the best settings in the game to help you guys get better at college football 26. So if you enjoy this type of content, you want to see more, make sure you are subscribed to the channel here. Please hit this video with a like. I really appreciate it. Hit that bell so you're notified anytime I do drop tons of tips and strategy content for you guys here on the channel. You can follow me at T Davis Brand on all social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. We've been doing a bunch of TikToks over there as well, so give me a follow, T Davis Brand, and check out the links in the description below as well. We have ebooks, coaching sessions, film study reviews, requested ebooks, all types of things behind the paywall in the links in the description below. Let's jump into it here. So my favorite settings. So we're going to start here at the game options, the main settings. I always use placement and accuracy. Now, I don't blame you if some people want to use the revamp passing. I know it's a hot topic that some people want to use that. I like placement and accuracy. It gives me more control over where I want to pass the ball using that left trigger. So, if I want to pass lead to the outside, I'll hold down the left trigger and then I'll kind of aim it to the left or right, whatever side I want to go to. If I want to throw a pass down, I'll hold the left trigger and throw it down, and it'll kind of put the ball in front of the receiver. Then I can click on and make the user catch. So I always use placement and accuracy. You could start off with just placement, kind of get a feel for it. I would recommend trying to get away from just classic passing. You want a little bit more control the more you play, the more advanced you get, especially if you're going to play Madden as well. Both these games, you definitely want to, learn to be able to control and have proper placement and accuracy, hence the name. So I think that's the best way to go, is placement and accuracy. And like I said, I would start with placement or even start with revamped and work your way up. But I think classic, we got to move that. We got to move on from classic, right? You want to definitely have more control out there, be able to, utilize your skill as you get better. Passing slowdown off. I don't mess with this. Pass lead increase. Now, I have seen some people use small to medium, but for me, every time I've used it, I throw just horrible passes. Now, I feel like some people with placement and accuracy, they already say in general, they'll overthrow passes a bunch. So if you use small or medium pass lead increase, if you use large, you might be a crazy man. But small and medium, I don't mess with. I just keep it on none, because sometimes, like I said, sometimes you'll just get overthrows. I've seen people get overthrows on none with placement and accuracy. So I could see if you're really, really, precise with your passing, you could get to small, maybe even medium. But for me, I rock with none. It's just a lot easier. Reticle speed, this thing varies. You got to kind of test this one out in practice mode in games, see which one you like best. For me, it's always just been 7. I don't know. I've been comfortable with it. I've seen a lot of pro players go all the way up to 20, and I've tried 20, and I just couldn't get a good feel for it. It just goes so quick. I didn't love it. I've seen people do 13. I've seen people do 12. I've seen people do down all the way to 1. But I like 7. I feel like it's kind of in that good medium for me, and I don't know. It just works. So this is something that you got to test out, mess around with yourself, and figure out what's a good, comfortable speed for you. Keep these reticle visibilities on user only. AI wide receiver for user teams. I keep this on. This is a new setting this year. I'm not too sure how effective it even is. This setting decides if the AI would attempt a catch for a user control team if the user does not give input. So basically, if you don't click on, the AI will make the catch for you. And so I just keep that on, because I don't want to always click on if I have a wide open pass. So I just keep it on. I don't really know if it's effective or not. Then we go auto flip. These are kind of some more of the in-game coaching adjustments that are preference. Ball hawk I keep on. Heat seeker assist I keep off. Heat seeker assist to me always feels like, when there's there's a one-on-one, the guy's running down the field, and you try to go and catch him, and it's it doesn't let you get to him. I feel like this is when heat seeker's on, so I turn that off. I think it's been better. I'm not too sure how effective it is, but I think that's what it does that I've noticed when I had it on, so I turned it off. Definitely want ball hawk on, by the way. Definitely helps you get more user picks, user interceptions. Switch stick delay. Definitely want this on none. If you're in a pickle on defense and you got a switch stick, get from the linebacker to the corner or back to the safety, you don't want any delay with that. You want to be as quick as possible with your switch stick. Now, if you're more of a beginner and you notice that you're trying to switch stick and it's moving too fast for you, maybe you start on slight. I wouldn't go moderate at all. I would go slight to start, and you get a feel for it, and then I go to no delay as well. Now, I know some people out there don't even like the switch stick. That's fine. If you're more of a sim player, perfectly okay. That's fine. I think something that will help you on defense is being able to learn how to use the switch stick. So I would highly recommend practicing it and trying to get where you can use it, because it helps so much. It gets me so many more interceptions on defense now that I've mastered it. Defensive switch assist, I turn this off as well. This kind of, I don't know. I don't really know what this does either. It says when user switches players to another defender, user movement will be assisted to prevent them from taking their new player out of the play. So when you're switching, moving around, you sometimes will get stuck on a guy and it'll take you out of the play. I turn that off. I don't want any, I want the most user control I can get. Control player art, I actually turn this on. I like this because I like to see what, when I make my adjustments on defense, when I put someone in a different zone, whatever the case may be, I want to see where my user is and what zone he's in. So I keep this on at all times. Coach mode off. Obviously, if you're playing, Dynasty, Sim, you want to use coach mode and kind of just call the plays. That's something fun you can do. But for competitive, we definitely turn that off. Let's see what else we got here. Some small things in accessibility. I always have vibration off. I can't stand when the controller starts vibrating, on a sack or something. So I turn vibration off. That's just a personal preference, but you can do what you want there. Let's go to visual feedback. There's some important stuff here. Let's see what we got. On-field visual feedback. I usually keep this on. Just gives you a little bit of that feedback when there's a catch or a tackle or something. That's personal preference. A lot of this stuff is personal preference, of course, as well. Defensive pass coverage visual assist. I turn this off. If you're more of a beginner player, turning this on would be interesting to kind of learn some things and help you get better as you get going. Same thing with the receiver visual assist. If you're starting out, maybe turn this on. But I definitely recommend getting to off. Eventually, you don't want anything kind of, messing you up as you're playing and things popping up. Coaching tips off. This is important too. I don't like when those pop up. Once again, if you're more of a beginner player, turn these on for a while. Get a feel for it. Turn this off, though. I don't like when these pop up. Camera toggle, passing cam, turn these off. I can't stand when the camera toggles sometimes when I have this on and I can't get back to the regular camera view. It drives me nuts. So turn the camera toggle off. Turn the passing cam off as well. I can't stand when these things are on and I hit the D-pad by accident. It turns me into and gets me into this horrible camera view. It's the most annoying feeling ever. I think that's pretty much it here. Auto subs, of course, we'll get into when we do coaching adjustments, so make sure you check out that video on my channel as well. But that's it. Basic settings, but it's really, really important that you get these, locked in important because they can make a big difference in your game, especially with things like that camera view, right? Where it changes the camera view, you hit the D-pad. You don't want that. And I recommend definitely trying placement and accuracy. It's going to help you improve as a passer, give you more control out there on the virtual gridiron. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. Hit this video with a like. We have so many more tips and content coming throughout this season. So I appreciate you guys, man. Until next time, peace. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate it. The support means the world to me. Make sure you guys are subscribed here to the channel if you want more of my exclusive content. And don't forget to check the links in the description below to keep up with me on social media, as well as check out some of the products I have to offer behind the paywall.